And that is the effect we are getting to today. They have given so much power to the executive, and it's exercising it now, and nobody can question the power. True of us. All right. Like at the beginning of this lesson, I want to rephrase again for those who are just joining us. We asked questions concerning political apathy. True of us. And several persons gave their answer. True of us. We also ask questions based on the form of what political apathy. The forms are just the identity. How do you identify political apathy? And many of you gave several answers. True of us. As we look at them as just refusers, isn't it? So can you still give me again the refusers? Forms of political apathy. Can you still give me again? When I say refusers, I'm talking about forms of political apathies. Refusal to belong to and identify with any political word party. Yes, another one. Refusal to vote during what? Election. Yes. Refusal to sponsor any candidate to an elective what? Position. Yes. Refusal to hold political offices or appointment, isn't it? So Tinubu can just call you and say, come and be a minister for agriculture. Say, no, 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 I don't want to tarnish my image with the government of the day. True of us. Come and be a minister for finance. Say, no, 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 I'm okay with myself. I believe you can do that. Give me another one, at least I need more, two more. Yes, refusal to register during voters registration or what? Exercise. Yes. Somebody's raising up. Yes. Yes, refusal to be part of what? Policy making and decision of what? The country. True of us. Yes. Eh? Against what? I think that is not part of the refusals. Yes. Yes, refusal to participate in any electioneering ward campaign. All right. So, what are the reasons for the refusals? Can you give me one of the reasons for the refusals? Unfulfilled promises. Your own is always poverty. Yes. Eh? Judicial corruption. Yes. Eh? Yes. Constant rigging of what? Election. Yes. Electoral violence. Yes. Fear and insecurity. Discrimination against. Must it be against women? But are we discriminating against women in this country? It was until 1997 that it changed. If not, northern states we are not allowed. There are women we are not allowed to vote that time. It has to take some people to pet. I kind of interfere and then kind of talk to them, appeal to their conscience to allow their women to participate in election. Who elect better leaders the most? Is it the women or the men? The men or the women? It's the men, right? Thank you very much. You live longer. So the men know better things than. Then from there, we also switch to the topic of the day, that how to control bad leaders that fail to protect the interests of their followers, isn't it? Or how failure to protect the interests of their followers. And we listed so many of them, two of us. Who can give me number one again? Vote them out in the next election. Number two. Just name them serially. Number two. Organize a protest or a recall against them. True or false? Should be made. Yes. Number three. Revolt or demonstrate against them. Yes. Dethrone them if it is what? Monarchy. Isn't it? Yes. If it becomes traditional, you can dethrone them. The next number. Vote of what? No confidence on them. That you don't trust them anymore. Yes. Yes. Their what? Oath of office can be used against them. The next one. Eh? Do you believe that? If it is the traditional leader, like we talk about monarchy, isn't it? That believe in the gods of the land, and the person is not doing well, what do? You invoke the gods of the land against them, isn't it? How many of you watch Nigerian movies? Those Igbo movies? Yes. The herbalist or Ezemo, isn't it? Always coming out to warn or advise the Igwe, isn't it? And if the Igwe refuse, what happens? You invoke the gods against the Igwe. So it is somehow fetish, but when it becomes traditional, it's no longer fetish. Exactly now. What is the next one? The constitution of the country can be used against them. Like yesterday, this morning I was reading the news and I came across the news that somebody mistakenly transferred 9.9 million naira to somebody's account, and the person returned the money to the rightful owner. If you check your national daily trust, you see it there. And the person returned it completely. How many of you can do that? Do you know it is a crime in the constitution of Nigeria to to siphon money that does not belong to you? Manna does not fall that way. So don't put it as prayer. If somebody mistakenly transfer 5 naira to you, please return that money to the bank. Let the money be returned to the rightful owner. That is what we refer to as national consciousness. Believing in one another. Doing the right thing the right way and at the right time. Are we clear on that now? Okay. How many of you here now? Maybe during the break, and then your neighbor is hungry, and you have money to buy at least a bottle of snack of lacasera. You can share with your neighbor, 2 of us. Can you do that? Yes. So look at somebody that you can take out this morning during break time. So if somebody commit financial crime, I gave that example. If you commit financial crime, there are financial crime fighters like EFCCs and ICPC. What's the acronym for EFCC? What's the acronym? What's the meaning of that acronym? EFCC? I want somebody to stand up and give that answer. Yes? No chorus. One person should give me the answer. What's the full meaning of that acronym? EFCC. Yes. You missed one word out. What is it? In a class like this? Yes. And Financial Crime Commission. It's not the same thing now. Financial Crime Commission. What about ICPC? Yes. Come again, let them hear us. Related commission. Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. Although he looks like a military officer. It fits him, right? Yes. So we'll fix him there. Yes. So that the talent will not be a waste. The physique will not be a waste. Mm-hmm. We explained up to number 3. Yes. Revolt or demonstrate against them. What does it mean to revolt? To work against them, isn't it? Now, if a leader is making if the leaders are making laws or policy, like if you check it back to your school in those days, rules and regulations, isn't it? It's being made by the school authority. If the student refuse to obey it, you know the rules will not work. Are you aware? So if the leader are not doing well, they are corrupt, and they are making laws for you or policies for you to follow. If the citizens of that state or country refuse to obey it, it will not work. That means to revote. You ask your parents for school fees, they refuse to give you, and they are asking you to come and sweep. Will you sweep? You are revolting against them, true of us. Your daddy said, don't ever in your life ask me for school fees again. And say, hey, Tony, come and wash my car. Tony, come, go and buy me this. Tony, come, go and sweep and mop the room. And then your daddy will give the school fees to others and allow you to remain at home. Some of you tend to revolt, two of us. In those days, seniors in secondary school, come here, come and kneel down. You will kneel down. Senior, what did I do? They say, obey before complain. I have taught in a school in Benue State where a student will kneel down as a teacher. I have the student to kneel down, sir. I have respected you enough. I have knelt down enough, sir. I am going home. If you get mine, cross this line. The student is revolting, true or false? True or false? Then a teacher who is dating a female student and then about to flog that female student. And the student say, if you try it, the principal will hear from me. Would the teacher still flog? Do you understand what I'm saying? You are dating a student as a teacher, and then you want to flog that student for late coming to school. And the student say, if you flog me, the principal must hear from us. Would that teacher still continue in that flogging? The student has revolted, true of us, working against the teacher. Subsequently, if the teacher is the very promiscuous one, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they are aware of each other, the worst thing that will happen to the teacher when you are coming, the student will gather. And as real, all of them will just laugh. As you pass, you start missing your legs. As you raise your cane, they say, sir, I'm not married. You try it, I'll tell principal. You think I don't know? That is revolting. So you can revolt against the government of the day. If the government is not doing the right thing, they are not protecting and promoting your interests, you can work against them. Two wrongs cannot make a right, but in this case, it's just to hear you. If you talk and they don't want to hear you, you show them. I'm not saying you should go and carry gun. Your mother say, come and be a director in the office. Say, mommy, I'm not qualified. Then your mommy say, you are following me to the office. I must make you a director today. You wait for her announcement. As she finish the announcement, you now pick your microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't do it. The best way to address misconception is to address it publicly. If somebody insults you in the public or insult you publicly, if the person wants to tender apology, let the person tender the apology in public. Not insult him in public and you are coming secretly in the night like Nicodemus. Say sorry, that thing that happened. Let's go outside. I cherish Wole Soyinka. When the federal government worked against him, delay him for a year plus, and he won the case from the court that time. That time, the justice is always fair. The person that handled that case was Justice Oputa, the head of Oputa panel, the father of Charlie Boy. He won the case. The federal government is to pay him. He said, no, they should not pay him. That every day for 30 days, every day, federal government, we are sorry for doing this against Professor Wole Soyinka. For every day for 30 days in public. Radio stations, national dailies, all the radios in the country must announce it. And television station must announce it, tendering apology from the federal government. I think that is fair enough, two of us. The insult was public. Today, they serve in a paper in US where he was a lecturer that he committed a crime. He should come back to the country to answer for it. He was coming with the evidence. They sent their thug and seized the evidence from him, unknown to them that the man is a professor with integrity. The briefcase he was carrying was a fake one. So they took the fake one for him and he came to court and presented the original one. That is all. You can revolt against them and it will work fine. Exactly now. How do you revolt? By refusing to what? Carrying out their policies and implementation. Don't go and destroy our bridges. Don't go and destroy electricity. That is not what I'm talking about. Let me give you one example. If they say curfew for maybe 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., nobody should come outside again. Then exactly that 8 o'clock, all the citizens are trooping out. Who will you arrest? Who will you leave? Everybody, as you're arresting one, everybody is coming. Have you seen a movie where security personnel are shooting at terrorists and all of them are just coming? You are shooting and they are coming. Until your bullet finish, you will run. That is the kind of revolt I'm talking about. Time for economics now. Let's quickly run through. Now, a vote of no confidence can be passed on them. Like they're already in the office and you cannot be patient enough to finish their tenure in the office. Then you can pass vote of no confidence. The citizens can come together and say, you are our representative, please. We want to vote. Either you should remain in the office or out of the office. But this particular one happened only in a civilized democracy. Like in a civilized democracy, if I commit a crime and I don't trust the court enough to judge me, I will ask the court to take me to the people. I want the people to judge me. Whatever they say, if they say go to prison, I will go. If they free me, I will be free. Yes, if they agree. Then they will take. How many of you watch this movie 24 Hours by Jack Bauer? That they say where he was working with CTU, counter-terrorism unit, they say he committed the crime by torturing what suspect. And he said the suspect I torture planted a bomb in a vehicle that carry almost 90-something people, and out of these 45 we are children. And by torturing the guy, he confessed and named the particular vehicle that thing was inside, and they were able to save these people. What is coming out that the man should be persecuted for what? Torturing a suspect who confessed. And it's okay, they should take him to the people. He will state his case there. If the people say they should kill him because he saved life, and they took him to the people to be judged. Do we have that kind of constitution in this country? Now you say I'm a criminal, it's okay, take me to that place, let them judge me. So you can actually pass vote of no confidence on them. Then you can also, in the case of monarchy, you can invoke the gods of the land against them. Since they believe in it is the gods that crown him king. So the gods can be used against him if he's going out of the line. True or false? All right. And the next one is the constitution of the country is well spelled out, protecting the right or the fundamental human right of what? The citizens. So if the fundamental human right of the citizens is being trampled upon, then the constitution can be invoked against such a leader. Is that clear now? Yes. After, what's the time, please? 9:55. I have 4 minutes after that. Please write this. With this we have come to the end of that political word, apathy. And I believe the way you have answered correctly, isn't it? So I'm going to ask you a few questions again. If you have your question, you can ask now. 5 persons. I'll give you room to 5 persons to ask questions. Yes. He said he don't understand what it meant by monarchy. Can you answer that question? Yes. Pay attention now. A ruler of a country, I think partially taking, yes, West. Yes. Simply the traditional form of what? Ruling. Exactly now. In Nigeria, can we mention about 1 to 4 monarchies we have? Emir of Kano, yes. Oba of here. Sultan of Sokoto, yes. Oba of what? Ife. Dunamite, you know Oba too. I'll tell your pastor. To thief. I know now. It's not to thief. What is the meaning? The king of the thief. The king of the thief. Yes. Can you stop the noise, please? Yes. Obi of Enugu. Who is from Enugu again here? Who is from Enugu? Okay, yes, talk to us. You want to say something? I barely hear you. What happened to our voice? Choir leader? Shouting with epileptic microphone. The one you talk and you be hitting. Then when you are tired, you drop the microphone. God, Jesus Christ preached to 5,000 men without microphone. You deceive yourself. Yes. Alaafin of Oyo. Okay. Some of this name I cannot pronounce it. Now you now understand what is monarchy now. I think they have explained enough to your understanding. You are from which place? What tribe are you? What tribe are you? From Edo. He's going to tell me then. Okay, it's Baggy. The chief of Baggy. What is it called? How do you call the chief of Baggy? Molo. What do they call the chief of Baggy? All right. Another question. Anybody with another? Yeah, just ask a question. Another person. Another person. If you don't have a question to ask, I will ask you. Who else have questions to ask? Yes. When you explain, you mentioned something like power. In that, be audible. Power and authority. When we talk about power, we are talking about, please pay attention. It's asking a question. The difference that I mentioned, the use of power, and I should differentiate between power and authority. Now, the power is the use of what? Force. A threat of what? Sanction. Exactly now. Like, I normally call it a naked force. That if you force somebody to do it with the threat of what? Sanction. Exactly now. If the person failed to do it, yes, a coercion, isn't it? You coerce somebody. The word coercion means manipulating somebody to do it. Exactly now. It's like explaining the difference between a kind of robbery and what? Thief. When you talk about stealing, sorry. When you talk about stealing, taking something that unknown to that person, that is stealing. But when you use force with the awareness of the person and you are collecting something from that person forcefully, that is what? Robbery. Exactly now. So you know the difference between stealing and robbery. And so the same thing with force. When we talk about authority, we are talking about the use of what? Legitimate what? Power. When the power becomes legitimate, and when you say power is legitimate, it means it is legal. Not the use of physical force, not the use of threat, but backed by what? The constitution of what? The country. Just imagine a police officer that is as tiny as broom coming to arrest you with just a paper called ID card, and you just follow the person. And as giant as you are, as huge as you are, the person is slapping you. And the person is just pushing you, move, idiot. You can imagine that ordinarily on the way, The person cannot even greet you well. You'll be scared of greeting you. But with the authority acquired by the person, is using it against you, true of us. But when it comes to power, you have the power, isn't it? You can just hold the person. You don't break, you squeeze. And then the blood will come out like juice. If the teeth are 32 in number, after squeezing him, how many teeth do you think he will be having? This question is meant for the boys. If you reach your house and you see your girlfriend insulting your mother, pushing her to the ground, matching her, how many teeth do you think that girl will leave your place with? No one.